Hi, I'm Kathy, and on YouTube I hope to build a catalogue of flat pattern cutting demonstrations. But before you watch any of the short demonstrations, I'd like to just run through some essential equipment that you will need to make accurate patterns, and also some of the terminology I may use, so that you can understand the demonstrations better. Here are 6 pieces of equipment that you really do need to make a pattern. The most important is a set square. This is a graded set square. Some of you may be more familiar with a pattern master. Either is perfectly all right and personal choice. Then you'll need a pair of paper shears if you're working in paper. If you're going to work in cardboard, you might need something a little bit more substantial. A tape measure to measure around the armholes, the neck, and all the other lengths that you need to take. Tracing wheel is very useful because it's manual pattern cutting. You do a lot of tracing off different shapes from your main shapes, so that becomes very useful. A notcher. You cannot make patterns without a notcher. A notcher does what it says. It notches into the cardboard or into the paper, and these notches are what indicates to you, once you've cut it into fabric, where you need to sew and what you need to match with what. You cannot sew without putting your notches in your pattern. And then last of all, I like to use a fine pencil. It's important to use a fine pencil because you don't want any added width here. Now I'm talking about accuracy here. Sometimes people use felt tips or soft pencils. If I was to use a felt tip, I'll just use this green one for now. This line is nearly 2 millimeters big. Now, I know that's being quite pedantic, but if we stop and think how many seams we may have round a garment, we may have panel lines, we may have a gauze skirt, so we've got many seams there, and if each seam has 2 millimeters added onto it because of the thickness of the pen, then by the time you've gone around the body, you could have added on as much as 2 centimeters. So your fit will no longer be as you wanted it. Everything will be coming up too big. So for accuracy purposes, I think it is so important to use a fine pencil. These clicky pencils are fantastic because you don't have to keep sharpening them. So that's the equipment. 6 pieces of important equipment. There is more, but at this stage, that's all you need.